What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Time's finally here. NIGHTFIRE, the biggest race of the year out here at Firebird. And today is Wednesday. Last night we got the car ready, changed the oil, checked the valves, cleaned it up, all those little things. And today's Wednesday. We're headed out to the track and we are going to park the trailer and hopefully tech tonight. I hear that there's a bunch of trailers and a bunch of cars already out here, so we're almost to the track, and we'll see if we can get us parked and tech tonight. Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thursday. I'm already sitting in front of the fan because it's super hot outside. I've already got one test pass in. I had to go get fuel this morning, come to the track, warmed up the car, and then they called pro right away. So I looked at the temperature. It looked very similar to what it was last time I raced, so I thought the car was going to go 11.0. I didn't get time to video this one, but I thought the car would go around 11.0, and it went 11.04 with a pretty good light. So test pass number one is done. Car's over there cooling off. I'm cooling off. What's up, everybody? As you can tell, we're not at the track anymore. This is actually a couple of days after the race. So what you saw just now was testing on Thursday. I was able to get 3 passes in total. I wasn't able to get the first 2 on video just because I didn't have anybody there at the track yet to be able to video me. And then my family was able to show up for the last test pass, and that's the one that you saw. So that concluded Thursday testing. I thought the car ran great. It was running really close to what I thought it was going to. Knew I needed to work on the lights a little bit too, so I was gonna mess with the shims on this Biondo button a little bit for Friday. So fast forward to Friday morning, show up. It's the first day of race day, and you get a time run that morning. Friday morning you got a time run before Eliminations started, and that one went really well. Went really well. Was dead on the dial with a little bit better of a light, so I was really happy about that, and I was really confident going into round 1, and went into round 1 and I knew I messed up as soon as I staged the car. I try to really bump it in very slowly and a little bit at a time, and I don't know what I did with my foot on the brake, but I staged really deep, and I ended up turning the red light on. So I ended up going 028 red. I actually have my time slips on my computer right here that I'm looking at. And then went an 1109 on an 1107 dial. Just ran it all the way out because I had red lit. So we bought back in. So we went into the buyback round. I don't remember who I raced or what car it was, but I turned my 028 red into an 028 green in the buyback round, dialed an 1102 and went an 1108 I can't remember, like I said, who it was, but they were just closer on their dial. I believe the lights were very similar, but I believe whoever I ran went just about dead on their dial and just simply won. So it was a super good race, but for Friday race day, we were out. So fast forward to Friday. Friday morning was super cool outside compared to what it's been all summer. And I don't have a weather station, or I didn't at the time, and so I underestimated the weather, and so no time runs on Saturday. Friday was the only morning you get time runs before eliminations, and so we went into eliminations, and I underestimated how cool it was, and I ended up barely breaking out.
And now it is Brad Boning advancing both today. You can go to the buyback patio area by the sports shop, pay your money and buy your way back into the buyback round, and then race your fellow buyback competitors for a shot to go back in the Eliminator. Brandon Smith and Steve Lambert now. Lambert the 68 El Camino, Smith the 71 Nova. Now Brandon Smith breaks out 1090.
So we bought back in again. Haven't won a round up until this point. We bought back in, and we had, this time we drew Leanne Day, which she's very good, a really good competitor. And I believe she ended up going to win that day, or was in the final round, I can't remember. So luck of the draw, I dialed a 1099 and ended up going in 1105, so pretty dang close, but that was a 006 light, and she just straight up beat me. So we were out again on Saturday.
To the Les Schwab side, Brandon Smith, 1971 Nova, Yenko strike as a win. Motor up to the Les Schwab side. Does he wind it up hard enough? Yes, he does.
So we move on to Sunday, the last day. Still haven't won a round. And 9 a.m. was my first run, and it was 69 degrees. So it was oddly cool for this time of year in the morning, and it was overcast. So very similar story to the morning before. I underestimated it again. Again, like I said earlier, I don't have a weather station, or didn't at the time. And had a horrible light. I don't know where that came from. It was a .103. And the driver that I was racing just had a better light than me, and so I had to run it all the way out. And ended up breaking out too. I dialed a 1089, and then it went a 1085. So after another loss, we bought back in again for the third day in a row, and we were finally able to get some luck on this pass. So about noon, it warmed up, 85 degrees. I dialed a 1092, and then the car went a 1093 with an 040 light. So definitely a lot better, got the win, and finally moved on to round two. So we move on to round two. It looks like here the temperature rose a little bit. The DA went up a few hundred feet. So I went from a 1092 dial to a 1096. Had an 063 light on this one, and the driver I was against just gave me enough room to where I could chop the throttle at the end of the track, and ended up going 11-0 for the win in round two. So we move on to round three, finally getting the mojo going, we're flowing. Up until this point, I just kind of wanted to burn the car and just walk away. It was so frustrating, but finally was able to get the momentum going. Round three, I was up against a really tough competitor, in a really fast car, so I knew that I would really have to, you know, kill it on the tree. And I went 001 red to lose in the third round, and it was super frustrating because even though I red lit, I still raced it as if I wouldn't have red lit, and I had the win in the bag. So dialed in 11:05, went 11:04. I could have shaved off easily that little bit hadn't I red lit.
To the lane.
So overall, it was a really good weekend. It was definitely tough, but being able to hang out with family and my girlfriend and friends out there, you know, that's really what it's all about, and having fun. So I was glad I was able to pick up some momentum on Sunday. You know, and one thing that I think that I've been battling is the weather station that I use just on my phone isn't accurate enough for out there, especially when it comes to wind. I've been using just an app, and the closest weather station that it gets its info off of is the airport, which is a good, you know, 30 minutes away from the track. So we've got a new upgrade, an electronics weather station here. Zach Mazier with Mazier Enterprises let me use his the last couple passes at the track, and I really liked it. I think this will be a big step up in the program, being able to have way more accurate data and be able to enter the runs into this directly. I'll probably still use the computer to enter some of the data as well, but being able to predict a run and have accurate wind and air and all that kind of stuff will hopefully be a step up in the game. So we're gonna end it off there, guys. Like I said, fun weekend, definitely tough, but every weekend at the track's a good weekend for me. So we're gonna go back out this Saturday night. It's not a race, just a test and tune basically. Just gonna get some more seat time. Being under the lights at night's really cool, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we'll be with our buddy Coda Nation in his big block C10. He's gonna actually be working on his index for No Prep Kings coming up here, not this weekend, but next. So we'll do some videos with that, and we'll catch you guys later. Thanks.